The poem is called The Wandering Jew. This might be a hard one for me to pull off. It involves a medieval legend involving the Wandering Jew, a man who was supposed to have denied Jesus Christ comfort on his road, carrying his cross to his own crucifix. And in revenge, Jesus is supposed to have condemned this man of Jerusalem to wander forever, or at least until the judgment day. Man, I can so relate to this story. The Wandering Jew. You can imagine the time on my hands I've had to consider the case. In between nation and city-state, down nowhere roads, in the interim moments separating a man's love from his lovers. Sure, I remember the day he came down a Jew's Jerusalem street. It was my paved way then. It became his paved way too. What's been reported about me is untrue. But record keepers rarely get the chronicle right. Not how poets, gypsies, women, wanderers, mystics do in the soft side reportage. Stated again, the record is wrong. I did not refuse him rest against the sweet brick wall of my house, nor did I urge him to pick up his pace, go his course, get on down the street. He did pause in his steps in front of my door, and I can't recall what frightened me the most, the look in his eyes or the spectacle thirst. Our eyes met in that moment. I think we angel wrestled. Is it hard to explain how frightened I became in that moment for my first family, my children, my first wife, to sing the Song of Solomon with me? Yes, it is. In so many men since, I've seen the look I saw in him first, in the auto-da-fe of fires made to free flesh from its desires. Savonarola's type 2 preaching against the body of beauty. And it only needed one Wagner opera to see his eyes another time. Then the wasteland theme, keeping its Fisher King bleeding perpetually. Or the family picnic in joyful tableau spread below the New World's strange fruit and news hanging from New World tree. Religious wars, predicated on religious wars, I leave out. I can't exactly remember all the cases anymore. Sometimes it seems a different kind of God keeps me on the scene. That he cursed me that day to the wanderer's way I take. Mine is the company of outriders, vagabonds, shiftless folk who have looked in his eyes too and seen the unseemly thing. What I saw on that Good Friday, it was a man too much in love with his own death, the transept of his crucifix, The coda to my story could be this: every kitchen child I've borne since then